If you are looking to start your office cleaning business, but you just don't know what do I actually need to get this thing going, I'm going to give you an essential guide. This video is going to be your guide to get your business off the ground in the next 7 days. It's a big promise, but I'm gonna back it up. Let's do it. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mike Mak, founder of AutomatedCleaningBusiness.com, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the essentials. What does it actually take to get started? A lot of businesses, you need so much stuff. You need licenses and you need everything to get started, and I'm going to simplify all of that. We're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna jump right into it. But before we do, how it ends up breaking down is two main areas before you start going out there getting clients. It's going to be back end and it's going to be equipment. Those are the two areas we're gonna focus on for this video because that's what it takes before you actually start getting clients. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, the first area we're gonna be talking about is back end, since that's the part that's just, whatever, just kind of is what it is, gotta do it. And so what does it take? What do you need? Well, you're going to need to establish your company. You're gonna need an EIN number, right? So, when I first started my business, and I still do it to this day, believe it or not, although now it's a little bit different because I have an attorney, but there was a time when I just go to a place like LegalZoom and pay whatever it costs to. For us, we were using like an LLC. So that's all we did. So at the time, it was just like a couple $100 to get started. I would just go to LegalZoom. I would tell them exactly what I was looking for, and then I would get my EIN in the next, sometimes if you pay to get it sped up, you can get it in as early as in like a week or two. That was great. And my favorite part about it is that you pay for it, and then somebody who knows so much more about it is taking care of it. So that allowed me to focus on the other areas in the back end. Now, business bank accounts, you're gonna need insurance for your cleaning service because you do wanna make sure that your clients know that if something happens, you're an insured company, you're not a group of bozos who just have some microfibers and some garbage bags, okay? You're a real professional company. So the cool thing is once that LLC is working, once you're getting your EIN number, that's gonna make it super easy to get your business bank account, okay? I will say you don't need that to get started because if you don't have clients, you don't really have a business. But if you have your EIN number and you wanna get that business bank account, I'm definitely not discouraging. Go do that, go get that set up so you're able to accept payment. And once that business bank account is set up, you can look towards insurance, but I would only look in terms of I'm not gonna do it yet because you don't really need to start paying for insurance if you don't have a client. So more on that a bit later, but don't worry about getting that set up, but just have an idea of who you may want to work with. After that's done, that's your back end. There's not much. You don't need to go to a cleaning college or anything like that. You don't need to get these certificates and things of that nature. It's just general office cleaning, and you do need to do it well, but like I said, you're not gonna be bogged down for months and months of your life trying to get this thing established. If you just handle those little bits of back end, you're on a great track to get this thing up and off the ground ASAP. Let's get to the other side of this thing. Okay, now the more fun part is the other side of things. It's your equipment, the essential equipment you're gonna need. Now, you're not gonna need this necessarily to get started, but you will need it when you actually land your client. So let's say you're starting on a bit more of the budget side, or you just wanna focus all of your attention, time, energy, and more importantly, your capital. If you wanna focus that on getting clients, which I do highly recommend, and you kind of have the back end thing going, then you don't need the equipment now. But some of you out there like to have much more of a clearer picture before you just kind of jump into and start a business. So I totally understand that. So because of that, we're gonna cover that right now. What's the bare essential equipment you need as an office cleaning business to succeed right out of the gate, right? So for me, the first thing you will need, it's a vacuum. Now, I highly recommend being in the commercial space that you get backpack vacuums. I personally use ProTeam. We've always used ProTeam. I have experimented with plenty of other brands, and I just really like ProTeam the best. I think they're really versatile. I think they last a really long time. They are a bit pricey at like $400 a vacuum, but they last forever. As long as you take care of them, and that's part of your training for your cleaners, it's showing them how to keep up with just the cord and making sure the cord isn't all like tangled and weird and everything. That's a whole other video, but I just want to keep it just about what you need, but I'll make content about that as well. But you're gonna need a vacuum, maybe 2 vacuums, 3 vacuums, depending on the type of clients that you're going after. If you go after the clients that, let's say, I highly recommend, which is anywhere between $4,000 and let's say $10,000 a month, you'll probably need at least 2 vacuums. But again, don't worry, in the very beginning, you don't need to do it until you're securing money. But for those of you who just want that clearer picture, that's what you need. The next thing I would recommend is a mop bucket. You need a commercial mop bucket, not a mop bucket that you would use for a residential home. Not something that you would find at Walmart necessarily. However, you can find these types of mops on Amazon, or you could also find it at Home Depot or Lowe's. Basically, you're looking for a commercial grade mop. As far as what brand, I've always used Rubbermaid. I'm not like brand loyal necessarily, but I do like to spend a little bit more on equipment because I do want the stuff that's ultimately going to last, and Rubbermaid mop buckets, those big yellow commercial buckets, do seem to last. When it comes to a stick and then a mop, we use high quality microfibers because we can color coordinate, plus they're gonna last for a really long time. So there are plenty of vendors out there. You just kind of have to figure out which one you want to work with, but just tell them you're looking for high quality. The microfiber cloths we use are like 16 by 16. The mops, we use the XL or the 2XL because it's a heavier mop, and these things can be laundered and cleaned, and you can keep using them over and over and over again. So that's why we do that. As far as the solutions, a lot of people get caught up on, hey, what type of disinfectant should I use? What type of all-purpose should I use? And glass cleaner. I would just say, if you want to save money for the long haul and you want to use, let's say, products that come with real commercial grade strength, I use a lot of Diversity products, diversity.com. I use a lot of their stuff. I'm not necessarily recommending them, saying that everyone should go there. I'm just saying that's what we tend to use. And the products we use aren't just one-off spray bottles. We'll pay for a gallon of highly concentrated solution. That way to make your actual bottles for your team, you can get these 5-gallon jugs that have this little twist off, and whenever your team's refilling bottles, you could just fill the bottles up, then you're good. 1 gallon of really highly concentrated, let's say disinfectant, well, depending on the size of your company, could last you 6, 7, 8 months for $40, $50. It's really, really something worth considering. That's what we do. But right now we've covered the vacuum. We've covered microfibers. So microfibers is not just the mops, it's not just the general cloths that we use for wiping everywhere, but it's also when it comes to your dusters. All of your dusters and everything, we use microfiber across the board. Now you're gonna purchase the wands, things like that. As far as glass tools to clean, we do have that, but we didn't start there because in the beginning I wasn't good with glass and I didn't really offer glass. So if you don't have that skill, don't worry about getting those super cool glass wands so you can just look like a magician cleaning windows. You don't need that to get started. But however, you will need glass specific microfibers. If you're working with the right vendor, they'll let you know exactly what you need. But other than that, there's probably some little things I'm leaving out, but it really is just straightforward. If you could just get the bare essentials and then you can get the actual essentials for, on the back end, you're up and running. This could be all done. Most of the stuff I just said, you could either get from diversity.com for as far as solutions. Some of that stuff you can find on Amazon, but even all the stuff I just told you, you could just find all that stuff on Amazon. As far as the microfibers, that's probably the only thing you want to go online and go through different vendors to see which one you like the best. All right, so as you can see, it's not this crazy exhaustive list, but I'm just keeping it simple. Someone may comment, oh, Mike, you forgot about the toilet scrubber brush. Okay, that's fine, but I'm talking about essentials. What's gonna get you off the ground in the next 7 days so you can go out there, start winning clients? Once you have the back end, and then once you have the equipment necessary, you are going to need to have a company name that is going to help you stand out from the crowd. I made a video where I go over exactly how to name your business like a pro. Now, you may have a name that you love. I love this name. But I'm telling you, names that you love most likely won't sell. If you want a name that sells, watch this video. For everyone else, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.